Okay, so if you're watching this video, you have some sort of understanding of Solfeggio frequencies or some sort of curiosity about it. And truth be told, the two most common questions that I've seen people ask about Solfeggio frequencies is one, how do I retune my music instrument to Solfeggio frequencies? And that comes from musicians and music producers. And the second is for the critics who say, okay, well, Solfeggio frequencies, when you retune music to a Solfeggio frequencies, what difference does it make? Simply because music includes a lot of different frequencies, and it's not like retuning one note to a frequency. Like, what impact will that have? So let me tackle each one of these questions separately. For the first part about how to retune the music, we've created this website called the Solfeggio Frequencies Tuner, and I will take you through it in a few minutes. And it really shows you the entire scale, the root concert pitch, what was agreed on in 1939 to be the root note, which is the A note of the fourth octave, what's commonly known as the A4, equals 440 hertz, which basically means that that's the first note that you tune in an instrument, like a guitar or a piano, and then you just work the scale up and down in order to get everything aligned as you're supposed to. And this tool that we've developed makes it really easy to know what the accurate frequencies need to be when you want to retune your instrument to any of the Solfeggio frequencies, or 432, as the root or base notes for that scale. So that's part one, and we'll go over that in a few moments. Part two is an answer to the critics. First off, if it didn't make a difference, then why would they, to begin with, agree on 440 hertz? Like, why does it even matter? Why wouldn't they just let everybody retune their music or tune their music in a way that they so desire? If you go back to like the early composers, they actually put a note in their composition of what the tuning frequency needs to be. And then in the 1930s, actually even before that, in the 1800s, they started discussing like, okay, let's standardize music and let's make all music the root note, a specific frequency, and they went back and forth, and they finally landed in 440 hertz. There are some conspiracy theories about it and some other theories. In my mind, it doesn't matter all that much because, realistically speaking, since the 1930s, or specifically 1939, essentially all music, almost 95% of music, has been recorded at 440 hertz, which some people may be pissed off about, but with new technology that we've developed, you can now retune any song that was recorded at 440 hertz to any of the Solfeggio frequencies and 432 with a click of a button. So in a sense, they actually made us a service, or did a great service to the world to standardize all of the music recordings to 440 hertz, because now it's super easy to retune it to whatever Solfeggio frequency and 432 with just a click of a button. So it's a long way of saying it's important. or it matters. Realistically speaking, when each time that you choose to include a specific note, and because of that, you shift the entire scale, the entire song or music track is going to sound different. Now, I can't tell you for a fact that each one of the frequencies is going to work exactly like you've read online in terms of the said benefits or the promised benefits or everything. It's not going to work the same for everybody, and it's definitely not going to work the same from song to song. However, the fact that you now have the freedom to choose and retune your music in real time makes it a lot more powerful for you to calibrate the music and essentially customize the listening experience to whatever feels best and most right for you at that moment. So instead of following the status quo and limiting yourself to one scale in the way that music was recorded until now, you now have the option to change music, pitch it up and down from the pitch concert to any of the Solfeggio frequencies and 432, and try it for yourself and see, does this feel better? Does this sound better? How does the energy shift? How does the song and the experience feels to you at every single moment? And some songs you'll enjoy more at a specific frequency, and then you'll just switch to a different song, and you'll see that all of a sudden it doesn't sound that great, and you want to change it to another frequency. And that you can do now with the Solfeggio Frequency Player and 8ZP and any of our Player Plus software, which are available on all of the major platforms. So Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, and some TVs. And it will let you retune the music in real time to customize and personalize your own music experience. All right. So going back to the Solfeggio Frequencies Tuner, let's take a look at what it does. So by default, when you open it up, you'll see that it shows you the musical scale for 440 hertz equaling A4. So if we track A, the A note, fourth octave, you get 440 hertz, and then everything realigns around that note. As you start working with this drop down to change to another frequency, you'll see that more often than not, the note will have to change. So the only one that is very close to it is 432. You'll see that the A4 note is just dropped by 8 hertz, and everything else readjusts accordingly. But if you go to 417 already, then you're talking about the G sharp note and the fourth octave at 417. Let's take a look at 440. It's switching it from 415.36 to 417. So you're increasing the pitch slightly in order to include 417 and making it the root note. But if you're going, for example, for 852, you'll see that now you're talking about the A note in the fifth octave, changing from the concert pitch, it's at 880, and it goes down to 852. So for reference, the A4 note dropped from 440 to 426. So you're decreasing the pitch, making the song slightly slower. And I guess a good way to describe it is just more soothing, or sounds a little better in my personal taste. in any event, you can go ahead and play with all of these frequencies and see exactly what the scale would look like. This site is made available as a resource for everybody to use. It's called Solfeggio Frequencies Tuner.com. And yeah, just enjoy it. Thank you for watching. If you found this useful, please like and subscribe so that we can continue serving you with great information about Solfeggio frequencies. God bless you.